Screw it, go for it. This isn't gonna kill. I should have used. Oh! Already. Yo, what's up, knights? Just Rick here, back with some more DFO Charge. This time on my Dragon Knight. Now, guys, Dragon Knight is another character that has made it up to at least my top 12 characters on the account. As you guys can see, I have been doing a little bit of Tabers on her. Got her, you know, at least a sub-equipment set. But I'm still rocking mostly Harlem gear. I think, honestly, you can do Tabor, or excuse me, Fiend Wars guide mode in full Harlem as long as you have a Sky Legacy weapon that's, you know, well enchanted. And so having that extra piece of Tabers is pretty much going to guarantee you that you're going to be doing just fine here in Fiend Wars guide mode. And honestly, if you have all the types of gear, if you're able to do this guide mode really easily, you can actually get yourself into a raid pretty easily. I think that's about the limit. I think most people would say is, like, you know, okay, you can probably do Fiend Wars regular mode when you have at least one Tabor set. And the rest is an optimized Harlem set, and that is the key here, guys. It has to be an optimized Harlem set, like I talk about in my video. You know, it has to be something that, you know, has maximum crit and you have good enchantments on there, because it is really going to help you out a lot. So anyway, guys, let me talk a little bit about this character. This is obviously my Dragon Knight, and she is a character that focuses heavily on combos, and you would not believe it just by looking at this character. You might think, oh, she's just gonna spam all of these dragon skills and flying in the air and everything. Let me tell you, this is the best character in the game when it comes to aerial combat. In fact, there's a reason why she's in my top 12. She may not be the most geared right now, but trust me, I'm gonna get her a full set. But this character is somebody who is the best aerial character in the game. I've kind of talked about this in the past. She has this skill that allows her to fly in the air for a little bit of time. She has access to aerial dashes. She has some skills that pop her up into the air. And almost all of her skills have different animations, whether they're casted in the air or on the ground, or depending on what skill that you use prior. So you're going to be seeing me utilize a lot of like smaller nuances with these skills just based on that interaction alone. Okay, there are some skills that if the dragon is currently summoned in the middle of an attack and you use another attack that requires a dragon, what you're going to see is a different animation. So essentially you have a lot of different situations, a lot of different technical ability with this character that I don't think you know, people, outsiders looking in who don't really play this character, are not really going to notice these types of smaller nuances that I'm talking about here. They're not going to really realize, oh shoot, when I cast the you know, sometimes I cast this Summon Astra skill to get the dragon to come out, so I can intentionally use a skill that has a different animation than normal. Like this one right here has an animation that calls the dragon down and it does a big explosion, but I don't really like that animation just because it takes a long time. And so I intentionally throw Astra in its place so I can get a different animation. Look at the damage, holy shit. So I can get a different animation than, you know, a longer animation. You know, it's just something that's a little bit more fluid. You can summon Astra right here, and then you can use yet another skill that might require Astra, and you know, just all of these things are really important to kind of talk about, because there's something that if I don't talk about them, you will not notice them unless you play the character. So that being said, this character is one of those fixed damage characters that I think a lot of people attribute to being one of the most powerful second awakenings. You know, there are a couple characters that come to mind when they say awakening characters. Okay, this one, I think her second awakening is one of the strongest in the game, and another character that actually falls into that same category is Berserker. So Berserker is another fixed damage physical character that has a crazy strong, overpowered, I would even say, second awakening, and I feel like this character is a lot the same way. She has a lot of really big one-hitter quitter type moves, and they cause you know, quite a bit of damage, but then the biggest damage is when you can manage to hit the 2A. Now, it's not as quick as the Berserker's 2A, which can, you know, come out pretty much instantly, but the nice thing is you can actually use it in your combos. You see right there, I can actually jump into the air and it will still work in the air, so you can, you know, do all these kind of fancy combos right here, doing this dragon thing. Let's actually kill right here. Nope, okay. And this is what, oh no, it's not going to show it, but the full animation of that skill, you're going to see a lot of different animations. Really, they are the same skill. I'm just using them in different situations. So, you know, it's just too much to talk about, guys. But anyway, like I said, this is a combo-heavy character, and it might not look it just because I'm using a bunch of one-shot attacks and people are getting like blasted, but You know, the cool thing is she's designed to pop back into the air after all of her skills, and then she can use aerial versions of their skills and all of that. So it is something that you have to kind of practice. You have to try to, you know, okay, what kind of skills am I going to use, you know, in a certain rotation. So you might use, you know, I'm getting comboed here. You might use skills that kind of pop you into the air on purpose, or you want to stay on the ground on purpose, or you want to use the Astra and use another skill that, you know, requires Astra, and you want to use a different animation. Those are 3 considerations you got to take. So let's see if I can get like a decent rotation here. I'm going to do like, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do just dude, stop hitting me. And I think that actually doesn't work, but there you can kind of see how strong the two-way is. Just kind of one-shots that boss. And like I said, I do think this character is strong enough to do Fiend Wars raid, aside from the solo mode. As long as you have a really strong, if you're a fixed damage classes, you got to get your refinement rate up. Try to get that to +8. Let me see if I can manage to not one-shot everybody and see how fast we can actually do some combo damage, actually. Why'd you just iframe through that? Okay. See how good my counter hits are. I think Knight has a nice basic attack for this. Yeah. I used to dash attack everything when I was playing EK, so here you can see I'm utilizing the non-dragon version of that, like lightning dance move. I always forget what this is called. Meteor Buster. Okay, let's see if we can get this dragon out here. Oh man, he just canceled the shit out of me. I don't want to be too close to him because he's gonna do his like gravity attack, and if I'm in the middle of something, then that's pretty much gonna get me killed. Screw it, go for it. This isn't gonna kill. I should have used. Oh! Dude, look at how cool I look though. Dude, Vice just freaking hard countered me right there. Get out of there, dude. Oh god! I don't think there was anything I could have done. I was trying to dash out of there, and he wouldn't let me, dude. What you're supposed to do is utilize a toy so you don't get slowed like that, but lo and behold, that's what happens. So anyway, I was too slow to dash out of there. I'll edit that out. I didn't die. Splice my speed run. Anyway, looks like we got transplanted. It always does suck when you're doing this in guide mode, and if you can't kill Rose, like if you're not strong enough to kill Rosen in one hit or one rotation, you have to do the whole thing over again. It's just like real raid, honestly. That's a good combo. This is a good combo. Kind of pops into there. You can hit with the grab at the end. That's another thing. This grab right here, the biting dragon. You never used to like that skill, but it's a really good combo because a lot of skills will like kind of slightly push you into the air, and if you're into the air, you can use the biting dragon to hit with a really strong move that is, you know, gonna put you back onto the ground intentionally. So that move right there used to be my go-to. What is this? Spinning raid. But the biting dragon is also a really good option. Like this will jump you into there, then you can use the biting dragon to come back down. So, like I said about the combos, guys, this character has a lot of them that are really useful. So I haven't even used the full version of the Meteoric Burst. I often kind of ignore it, really. And I'm really close for the 1A. Okay, it's still hitting. Pops you back into the air. Use the 2-way. Oh my god, the damage, yo. Like I was saying about the damage, guys. That is really absurd damage. Obviously, Fiend Wars is, you know, the purpose of doing Fiend Wars is to get your armor set and upgrade your armor set. And, you know, obviously, I think that's why you should really focus on your armor set. Yeah, you get your sub equip first, but if I had a couple pieces of, you know, an armor set, and then I finished my armor set first, it'd actually be pretty beneficial because then I could start using the antimatters that I get from Fiend Wars and start upgrading those pieces and get even stronger. So just something to keep in mind is that the reason you're doing Fiend Wars is for your armor set, so you want to try to prioritize getting an armor set as soon as possible so you can start upgrading those pieces. Alrighty, guys, I have jumped into a Tabers mode, a little party content. You know, it's not every time. You know, usually I like doing these solos because, you know, I don't have to be pressured into doing well while I'm in a party. It's kind of the nice thing about when you do solo content is that, you know, you can be as bad as you want and not have to affect the party. But guys, just to show you guys that we are doing tabers a little bit. And one nice item to have actually when you're doing tabers is this item down here, which is the Purified Ice Wall Fragment. You actually buy this from Toby. It's very cheap. It actually costs some carnelian. If you have any extra carnelian, I would, you know, suggest picking that up because it's something that can actually save you a lot of time when you're doing runs like this. So anyway, guys, gonna use my little dragon combos here, and he's down. It's hard to see what I'm doing also when I'm doing party content. It's hard to tell what's my stuff and what's the team stuff, but it's also nice to have a pretty strong satyr because then at that point, you know, you can say that, oh, this character's really strong. Look, I'm damage capping everything. It's easy. So anyway, let's go ahead here. I'm gonna actually do the full animation of this. Sometimes I like canceling this move, but when you're in a strong party, or you know, when you have a strong satyr, doing that whole combo probably isn't as necessary. Let's go ahead and see what we got here. We can jump into the air here, come down with the dragon, use this barrage attack, and I'm gonna save mostly my 1 and 2 way for the dude. He's about to die. He is like this close to dying. I'm gonna use my 1A, burst it quickly into 2-way, just so I can get the little damage buff. It didn't even land in time. Oh my gosh, this party's too strong, man. I can't show my combos off very well when I'm doing this kind of content. I probably should have done some tabers solo instead of done the party content, but I guess there you go. Let me do some different content, guys. This party is too freaking strong. Alrighty, guys. It's the next day because that party that I was in was not going to help me demonstrate this character any further. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the same tabers, but I'm going to be doing the solo runs instead. So if you go into solo mode, we're just going to do the solo tabers. Now, just kind of mentioning this because I think this character is obviously strong enough to join parties, no issue. But just trying to showcase how this character plays when you're in some solo content and what kind of benefits she has for fighting some bosses. Now, I will say that I think her burst potential, especially if you're doing the combos correctly, can be pretty high. You know, some of the things you got to keep in mind though is that like skills like this one right here are really good, have some good double usage, right? You can use them either as, you know, grouping, kind of like a trash mob killer move, or I think actually better is as a kind of move that you use when you want to just leave the dragon out on the ground, you know? Because what's going to happen is, okay, is he stuck there? Why is he stuck? Okay, what's going to end up happening is that you're going to want to use a lot of skills that you don't want the dragon version of, and the good skill to use that when you want to do that is the Breath of the Storm. You just kind of leave the dragon there, and for a long time, the dragon is intentionally being left on the field. So, I almost never like using this dragon sortie skill on its own, you know, as a regular skill by riding the dragon. So I usually just cast the dragon here and then have him casting that entire skill, and that I don't have to worry about casting the version with the dragon because he's not going to be available. You can see the skill right here, you know, with the dragon, how long it takes for it to come out. You don't get a big damage boost, so you almost never want to cast that without or while riding on top of the dragon. So you can get the same effect if you just kind of use this skill right here, which has a double usage. I really like the Summon Astra skill just on its own because it has, like I said, double usage. It gives you super armor if you have, I think it only works if you have a katana weapon equipped, but it gives you super armor for a significant amount of time. And on top of that, it actually gives you the a little bit of an AoE and allows you to cast the non-dragon version of skills because the dragon is summoned for a little bit of time. So it's kind of mentioning that you have the option to always use that skill. It's a relatively low cooldown too. So, oh gosh, in the fray there, almost got killed there. It ain't the only one, obviously. There's a ton of different dragon skills, but this is the one that has the lowest cooldown. So you can kind of see when I don't want the dragon version of that skill, I can kind of summon the Astra beforehand. It's just a tiny little bit of tech there. Another bit of tech here is that this character can just straight up jump over this move, so it can avoid it completely by not having to. They're getting another version of the dragon sortie. And pretty much used all my skills back to back. Could have gotten a better chain there, but it wouldn't have helped very much just because I used all my skills anyway. So gonna have to wait for the Can I kill him right here? No. Nothing I could have really done there, but you can also cheaply avoid this dragon or this hard-barred attack here just by flying over everything yet again. Something really good with this character is flying over everything. And there you go. Not my fastest time, obviously, but I'm not sure what I got to do to get a faster time there. I got to get a better rotation, I guess. So let's keep working on that, because that time that I got was much, much better than this. So into the dragon sortie, backstep into this, and this came back right at the perfect time, and I'm out of exorcism because my weapon broke. Okay. Oh my god. Well, fuck. Let this be a lesson as to why you repair your shit. All right. Let this be a lesson as to why you have to repair your gear every run. Oh god. Well, I can't avoid it with this, and I can actually not avoid it because I still got iframe through it. I can iframe it through the 1A, which is... She does have some pretty good, yeah, awakening iframe, so that's pretty nice, but... yeah, that was complete fuck up on my part. Let's go ahead and edit all of that so that didn't happen. You know who keeps making this longer than it needs to be? It's the penguin. He's the one that's fucking this all up for me. Always great AoE with that. Let me tell you, this character is amazing when it comes to... Uh-oh. Okay. I'm okay with him iframing it if it means that I can hit him with skill afterwards. Okay. This character is amazing at DS3 because she has essentially a ton of moves that can one-shot the whole room. You know, just one skill. A lot of the good characters in DS3 have moves that are like that. Either they have low cooldowns, like some kind of grouping skill with a low cooldown, or they have some type of move that can one-shot the whole room regardless. So, and this character has a couple of those. So, okay, I think I'm gonna hit with this. That does have some range on it. Okay, not enough range. Getting a little bit crazy there. Okay. So I have my first and second awakening. Let me actually use my first awakening here and see if I can use the whole duration and see what I can get out of it. Let's grab here. Right there, using the Summon Astra as well as the Sortie to get going right into 2A. As well as backstep Summon Astra into Sortie to be able to get the version of the move that doesn't summon it. Not sure if that's ideal or not, but I'm gonna cast it anyway. Always miss with my grab, man. That does so much damage. Always missing with my grab. I think we'll be able to kill after this one though, which is pretty quick. And you know what? Let's not fuck around with this. Okay, let's get a quick combo going. Boom. Pop into the air, come back down with the grab, and with this, and good to go. And that's the new record right there. Okay, we had a much faster time. So it took a couple runs, but we got some pretty good, a good rotation going across the board right there. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully I was able to show off a little bit of this character. Also a couple big, huge failures, so still need some practice myself. But I think eventually, guys, I'm going to be carrying this character out in full tabers, and I'm going to be having at least 3 out of the 4 nights in full tabers and ready to go with some harder content. Maybe we get that chaos going. Maybe that might be the next video in the series. Who knows? But anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you nights later.